Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons, and oh yeah, I'm talking to a cop! Did I just do that?
We did.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind! Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, kill jacked up beasts, I'll probably fly next.
Now the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discontent coming from this area. This area is not good either. I hate this, but I'm mainly worried about this.
You are such a racist.
Can somebody, anyone, down in the comments section below tell me why the gaming industry is so racist? Forspoken just came out, and I am just at a loss for words, which is rare for me. I'm shocked, appalled, mortified even, at some of the things that I've been seeing about this game. Just look at this Polygon article where they call the protagonist notionally black, as if her blackness is some kind of abstract theory.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
I'm sorry, Polygon, do you want a video game where she's just carrying around a pack of Skittles and getting Rodney King'd out in the streets? Because apparently, if you don't go through some sort of real-world hardship as a non-white character in a video game, then Polygon has something to tell you.
And you ain't black.
Forspoken, a new third-person action-adventure game from Square Enix, has been released, and it's been met with mixed reviews. And I hear you asking, viewer, how? Just how could this happen? How is it possible that the makers of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which has a free trial and includes the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensward expansion up to level 60 with no restrictions on playtime, how could this happen? Tell me! Sorry, I don't know what just came over me right there. Sorry, forgive me and my cat girl Dark Knight.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
It seems like everybody is talking about Forspoken for a multitude of reasons, and seeing as how it's been nearly 5 months since I put out a video, I figured why not come back with this. I mean, there are some titans of the gaming industry talking about this game, such as David Jaffe, who's the creator of Twisted Metal and God of War, and game developer Brianna Wu. I'm sorry.
So, if Minuet is the commander and Unknown is the fighter pilot, what do you do?
I'm an assassin. My specialty is vehicular combat.
I can see where that would come in handy out here in the black of space.
David and Brianna are very upset that Forspoken is being criticized, and they have some interesting theories as to why gamers are not taking a liking to this game. Before we get any further into this video, I just want to say that I have missed you all dearly, and I have very much missed making content for you. There's a lot going on in my personal life right now, and currently at this moment I'm sick, which is why I sound worse than usual, so forgive me there. But at the end of this video, I'm going to have a little update portion, so if you care to know what's going on and kind of my ideas in the future of this channel, stick around until the end of the video. And even if you're not interested in knowing what's going on with me, you stay here. You stay here and watch the whole thing. You owe me, do you understand? Could you imagine? Oh my god. Anyway, it's a tale as old as time itself. The oldest tale in the scroll, as an Australian man with a particularly large penis would tell me.
What is that? What is that?
When a game, movie, or TV show comes out and it's not received well, and the main character or a prominent character just so happens to be any shade darker than Casper, then clearly the media in question is being hated on and criticized simply because there's a non-white character in it. Or at the very least, perhaps they belong to some sort of protected group like the Alphabet Crew or bad drivers.
Oh man, am I a woman?
Today's hot topic is Forspoken, and of course, seeing as how we have this beautiful black woman as the main character. Oh, nope, so, wait a minute, sorry, wrong picture. My god. Look at this woman. What did Square Enix do to her? Jesus. The game's not being reviewed very well for a multitude of reasons. Some of the common criticisms that I've seen across a multitude of reviewers have been things like inconsistencies in terms of graphics, some very outdated combat and presentation of the game in terms of fading to black and weird cuts, and the biggest criticism of them all, just god-awful dialogue.
Destruction and corruption are forms of creation in themselves.
Wow, you sound like a serial killer.
What?
Destruction and corruption are beautiful forms of creation in themselves.
I don't sound like that.
You absolutely sound like that.
I know you absolutely sound like that. Yeah, see? So you can play that game.
You're fucking stupid.
It's like all of the worst dialogue from every Marvel movie ever created just fucked every single Tumblr blog in existence, and it just gave birth to this abhorrent mutant. And let me tell you, this was a game that I was actually kind of looking forward to. I thought that the magic spells looked pretty cool. Sure, the dialogue is annoying. If you put the trailer on mute, I thought it looked pretty interesting, but sadly, here we are. Now, if this was just a case of another bad video game coming out, I probably wouldn't be talking about it. For sure, I would crack a few jokes about it here and there. But now, instead of laughing at the game, we get to all laugh at race-baiting morons on the internet. Imagine this, viewer. Perhaps you don't care for Forspoken. Maybe you don't think that the game looked all that appealing to you as a gamer. It didn't speak to your little gamer boy or little gamer girl heart. But did you know that deep down the reason that you really don't care for this game is because you're a horrible racist?
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Brianna Wu wants to make sure that everybody knows people who criticize this game, well, they're just racist. Keep in mind, this game has been criticized by many reputable and some even left-leaning or more progressive content creators. But no, a Brianna Wu, living in a fantasy world who can't fathom that people would find wannabe Joss Whedon writing annoying to some people, especially as the years go on and we're just being bombarded with garbage spewing out of Disney's asshole. While at the same time seeing the Marvelification of dialogue in other film, TV shows, and games, you know, where modern writers, they just don't know how to let things settle, especially when it's a dramatic scene. They just can't help themselves by undercutting it with some kind of stupid joke that breaks all tension because lol quirky.
Ah, good. Supremely.
Brianna Wu just can't understand it. She cannot believe that that could be the case. Clearly, gamers are just racist. Brianna unsurprisingly ignores examples of recent games being absolutely shit on for similar reasons, like the latest Saints Row game, which not only ran like a hot garbage on release, Saints Row also brought us some of the worst writing in games since Mass Effect Andromeda.
No, seriously, this is perfect. The only way this could be better is if you put on a fucking shirt. Dinner and a show, baby.
Oh, please.
And we can't forget High on Life, which features one-trick pony Justin Roiland doing his played-out shtick of ad-libbed incessant dialogue. Not to be outdone by the absolute idiocy of Brianna Wu, David Jaffe has a message to all 5 of you bigoted racists who hate this game specifically because the protagonist of it is an attractive, powerful black woman. He wants you to know that he's gonna buy this game because of you. Absolutely stunning. How incredibly brave. Bravo, good sir. Your sacrifice is appreciated, and you have earned yourself 2 social credit score points. Sony is very proud of their little good boy. I do love how he calls out people who don't like women, people who don't like black people, and then the natural third party in this trifecta, people who don't like PlayStation. I don't know why, but I found that really funny when I first read it. Like, naturally that comes after those 2 things. The console wars, they're just getting out of hand. Maybe we should send Sony $2 billion to help in the console wars. You know what would really stop those people from hating black women in video games? Just show them one photo of Sheva Olimar, and better yet, show them Sheva in her tribal costume. It'll just horny the racism right out of them. Now, I'm sure you can cherry pick a few idiots online who make racist comments about this game, but when you look at reviews from notable reviewers like ACG, Luke Stevens, They all have a lot of negative things to say about the game, but not a single one of them mentions the character's race or gender as being some kind of negative issue, because surprise, surprise, normal people in the games industry could not give a shit less what the main character looks like when it comes to their race. You know who does care about a character's race, though?
Who could it be? It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
First of all, I have to acknowledge the fact that yes, this is Polygon, and articles and websites like Polygon, Kotaku, and BuzzFeed really only exist these days to farm hate clicks, but we still have to deal with their stupidity because vaguely sentient people out there still take their articles seriously for some ungodly reason. I guess I can't really complain all that much. I mean, it gives content creators like me some kind of job security. This article, who I'm sure was written by a black person, since it seems to criticize the portrayal of black characters in games.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
This article, being the highbrow journalism that it is, would have you believe that the only way for a character to be meaningfully black in a video game is if the developers have them go through hardships based on their skin color. Maybe the developers should have gone with the what if Miles Morales route and just turned their character into a walking racial stereotype. You know, sometimes I wish I could be a writer for a site like fucking Putaku. This almost just turned into a Spanish video. Sometimes I wish I could be a writer for Polygon or Kotaku, because it seems like a pretty sweet and easy gig, seeing as how AI can write equally as stupid articles as the somewhat sentient beings that are inhabiting their offices. Like here, this is something I could do. Imagine we get an Asian character, and there's a scene of them eating some food, but instead of chopsticks, they use a fork. That's an easy article right there. So like, it could be something like, washing down your food, this game whitewashes food. The inherent racism of forks. Why can't a black character, hell, even just a non-white character, just exist for the sake of existing? Why is it that sites like Polygon and Kotaku and the people who take what they have to say seriously, that if a character isn't white, that means they have to go through some kind of real-world struggle with racism, even if the game takes place in a fantasy setting? And this isn't to say that that's something that can't work. I just find it extremely weird for someone, or in this case, this very progressive website, to call a black character's own race into question because the story that they're in does not delve more into real-world racial issues. Like, goddamn, man, this chick's already been teleported to some crazy realm where she's got to fight fucked up looking dogs, dragons, and deal with this stupid cuff named Cuff who won't shut the hell up.
What more do you want from me?
Does she need to suffer more for her to earn her real black person certificate? I guess the answer is yes. Yes, she does. We all have to suffer and deal with this clown world until we die, because we can't cure stupid. And Hogwarts Legacy is just around the corner, so prepare for even more meltdowns, and of course another video from me. The main reason I wanted to make this video is not just to laugh at David and Brianna for being race-baiting idiots, but to point out to you yet another example of how people and companies who fancy themselves as these progressives, these champions of oppressed people, that they are in fact guilty of the very bigotry that they claim to be so against. And just for a second, let me give this writer at Polygon the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps they really would just like to see a black person dealing with things like racism portrayed in a video game where it would have larger implications on the character themselves and the story being told. Personally, not a game that I would be into. I prefer more escapism media, but that doesn't mean a story like that can't be told. It doesn't mean that it wouldn't work. But that clearly was not the point of Forspoken. That's not what this game set out to be, and this character is not who that character is. That was never going to be her struggle. That wasn't the point of the game. And you know what? That's fine. That is totally okay, because not everything has to be about the real world, but people who harp on these topics, people who are just, it's not tackling real world issues, it doesn't deal with sexism, bigotry, it doesn't deal with all the negativity of our real world. They are so caught up and cannot possibly remove themselves for one fucking second from all of the bullshit we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis in the real world. They can't let it go. So every single piece of media that they consume has to fall in line with their worldview. It has to deal with everything that they feel is a problem in the world. If a game wants to set out and tell those stories and have characters affected by that, then that's the developer's choice. That's totally fine. But what's not fine is for people like this writer at Polygon and other websites like it to question a character's race simply due to the fact that they are not having the gamer word thrown at them every 2 seconds. People have legitimate criticisms for this game, just like people have legitimate reasons for liking this game. But of course, being 2023, modern year, it was always going to devolve into some kind of racial issue or some kind of gender issue. I just want to go back to a time where good games were good games and shitty games were shitty games just based on their own merit. But we're past that now. There's no more fun to be had. If you're having fun now, that's a big no-no. So I'll leave you with this. If you have Forspoken and you're enjoying it, I am very happy for you. If you don't like Forspoken, you're a fucking bigot. That's what I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you care about that little personal update, feel free to hang out for just a minute longer. But if not, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video around. But for those of you who do want to stick around, hello again. I've really missed making videos for you guys, and I'm very sorry about my long absence. And for those of you who may not know what I've been going through, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in my personal life. It's making it very difficult for me to produce content that I feel good about putting out. My day job has me working 12 to 14 hours a day, which I now cut down to 10 hours a day. I know, big difference there. But the job itself still leaves me extremely drained. I have little to no energy, which makes it really difficult for me to produce content and kind of exert some more energy after working all day. And the content that I could just do, unscripted videos or just reaction videos, I guess, I don't know. It's not content that I personally like putting out. So I don't know. I gotta figure out what I want to do. I am looking at getting a new job, hopefully here within the next month or so. That's my primary goal, is just trying to get into something else that I can work, a normal 8-hour shift and still come home and, do some videos, work out, maybe stream every now and then, have a life, which would be nice. So I can't promise this is like a big return to YouTube. I do want to make more stuff again, just want to put out something that I feel is worth your guys' time. I'll eventually strike a balance. I just wanted to thank all of you who have stuck around. If you're still watching this video, I appreciate it. And I mean, stuck with me from whenever you subscribe to this channel up until this very second. I appreciate you. And I hope to have something out for you soon covering Hogwarts Legacy because, oh my god, there is just meltdown after meltdown happening online over that game. And I've never seen Harry Potter. I started watching the movies because of this game because I thought it looked cool. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a very fun time. Anyway, if you stuck around until the very, very end, you are a real one, and I appreciate you. Don't forget to like this video, share the video around, and until next time, I will see you in the next video.